I had never found my whole life, I'm not an athletic person by nature, so I had never found a sport or like people love yoga and stuff like that. I never found a thing that I was so inspired by that I wanted to do over and over again, and surfing is it.
I'm one of those people that have had a million hobbies. I've played almost every sport, but nothing really stuck. I've never been that passionate about anything in my life other than finding surfing. I only started surfing like 3.5 years ago.
I've done lots of sports and tolerated them, you know, but surfing is the first sport that I've truly had a passion for, and it allows me to understand all those other people that have passions for their sports.
It's the greatest thing. It's like, it brings so much joy. Something as simple as riding a wave, being out in the water. I'm hopelessly addicted to it and the lifestyle, I think.
I'm a divorced father, and so things like surfing just give me such perspective and relaxation and a passion outside of work and family that really drives me. So I absolutely love it.
Well, I've never surfed before, so I was paired up with Will, who was a very patient teacher and made me feel more confident on the board, and I managed to, by the end of the week, catch some waves, so it kind of got me hooked on surfing.
This past year has been my first year of surfing ever, and to be starting surfing at age 60 and accomplishing what I've accomplished could not have been done without Surf Simply.
I've grown up around the ocean my entire life, but I have never stood up on a surfboard until last year, my first year at Surf Simply, and I have been surfing ever since. I came not even knowing that I would want to learn to surf, and I cannot stop surfing. I cannot even fathom not doing it.
For me, that's more fun than me catching the waves and making progress, is seeing that Nick is really having fun, and you know, seeing him not just like go straight to the beach, but ripping down the face. It was very cool.
You know, I was just hoping to come down here and have fun, see if I could learn anything. I don't know that I was even expecting to get out of the whitewater by the end of the week. So
I knew you would.
to be able to go out the back, to be able to catch green waves, to have so much fun, to have confidence in the water, it's been a fantastic experience. I'm sad to go. It's nice to have Harry there to say, what do you think of that wave? Does that look good? Yeah, that one looks pretty good. All right, you should paddle for it. So having that little confidence booster was really great. Paddled for the wave. Everything kind of clicked into place. I felt stable. I felt like I was angling a little bit in the right direction. I got up.
And then you just...
I felt like I was just rocketing down the wave all the way into the shore, and it was just so much fun to go that quickly and to really kind of feel comfortable and in control on the board. It was great.
When your kids decide they want to do something with you, it's a very precious thing, and Nick having fun was really important to me, but he's a grown-up. I can't have fun for him, and I wanted him to have a good time, but and so when I saw you catching the waves, to me it was great.
The truth is that the first time he ever went surfing, it was for your 50th birthday,
yep.
Right? We came to Costa Rica together. It was in the middle of my first year of college, and whereas I just went back to studying and didn't surf again, he struggled on for several years before coming here. And so it was clear to me that he'd learned so much and had so much fun coming here that I thought, aside from being a really fun way to hang out together, I might actually learn to surf if I came with him. And seeing him rip around on the waves here is really cool. It's clear how far he's come.
One of my first experiences angling my takeoff perfectly, getting out of a little bit of a whitewater mess and being on a wave, riding down the line all the way down. And then suddenly the whole, all of Surf Simply and some other people started cheering. And I thought they were cheering for someone else because I'm like, this wave's not that great. And then I kept going, I'm like, oh, actually it kind of is good. And then when I jumped in the water, I just saw an ocean of people cheering and screaming. And it was overwhelming.
I came up over the wave and I angled really deeply into the wave, and I caught a high line, and I looked down and I was like, I'm not at the bottom of the wave. This is exactly where I should be. And I got up and it was solid. Looking at the pictures, I'm so excited that finally starting to click.
So for whatever reason, it's total accident. My first 1-hour surf lesson ever. At sunset in Mexico, I rode down the line. It was a total accident. And for 10 years I've been trying to recapture that. And I did this week. So it's a big accomplishment.
What was really exciting about it is that you're going faster than you expect to go. But then also, for me, it was like putting everything together. So Fran and Harry, the instructors, the coaches, they talk with you about what you're supposed to do and then putting it together, and you just kind of feel like you accomplished something.
I have faith in her ability to rise to the occasion. But she did, right? And it was a lot of fun. She's, up to this point, she's always sort of been curious about why I enjoy surfing so much, and maybe she's a little bit less curious now. So I really enjoyed the instruction. I have a fair amount of experience with effective teaching, and Jessie was, for me, just terrific. I came into surfing, I've been surfing for a while, and I would say that, I've really just, up to this point, I have had no plan. Jessie has given me a plan for how to actually become a better surfer, and I'm very excited about that. I had a sense that the basics I had down, and that really wasn't true. If anything, the basics were what I was lacking.
This week it got a little bit frustrating for me. I was just having a hard time with it. I couldn't really get my head wrapped around the angle takeoffs. And again, Prado was fantastic, because when I was getting frustrated, I just needed a little bit of time to myself, just to sort of collect myself, get my head back in the game. And he gave that to me. He understood that I just needed just a little bit of time. So I just sort of paddled out beyond the break and just sat out there for about 5 or 10 minutes, got myself back together, came back in. And then he was really great, because he just lightened up the mood tremendously. He was cracking some jokes, we were having a laugh, and before you know it, I'm kind of loose again, getting back into it. And then next thing you know, it's all starting to work out for me. And towards the end of the week here on Thursday and Friday, it just all clicked, came into place as it should. And I can't say enough about Prado and what a great job he did there. One of the things I really love to do is hand planing. So they took me out hand planing Tuesday morning. Wonderful, wonderful experience. It gets me a lot closer to the waves. I understand the waves better, and it's just a really fun time. They made that possible. It wasn't always the case that I've been able to do these sorts of things, but when I come here, they're like, absolutely, and we'll fit that into your schedule. And I really appreciate that.
So beyond the coaches being really supportive, having a small group of other surfers with you builds this support structure that is really encouraging.
We call each other on the phone. Are we going surfing?
Did you check
the waves?
Did you check the camera yet?
It's like, oh, not today. Oh, put on your big girl panties and let's get out there.
Let's go.
And we go and we do it. So we encourage each other, and we take with us into every session Surf Simply sitting on our shoulder.
Yep. Telling us what to do.
Do this, don't do that.
Put your foot there, put your weight back, push forward, get your hand over the rail. And it works.
So there are surfers who have never surfed before, and there are very advanced surfers. And what's really neat is that you build this camaraderie among each other. And you get to know each other, and now it's kind of sad to say goodbye.